Hi, I'm Paul Pasolga, IB Masters Learning Center at ibmasters.com, and today we're going to look at the 11th question from Digital SAT Test 2, Module 2B. This is the hardest set of reading and writing questions. Number 11 reads, which finding, if true, would most directly undermine Foster's hypothesis? So you've got to know that word undermine. It means to weaken. If you're thinking it means to emphasize, that's underscore. Don't get them confused. Undermine means to weaken. We need to weaken the hypothesis. Whenever you see the word hypothesis, claim, conclusion, assumption, argument, or any word like that right before the question mark, you want to look at the last sentence and look for that word in verb form. Here we see the word hypothesized. And we want to focus on that. Now, I've heard some teachers of SAT before say, just read the last sentence, but you're going to see here that that's not enough in order to answer our question. So here the last sentence says, finding that the Vancouver Island meadows have a more diverse gene pool than others do, Foster hypothesized that damage to eelgrass roots increases the rate of the plant's rate of sexual reproduction. This in turn boosts genetic diversity, which benefits the meadow's overall health. So damage to the eelgrass roots benefits the meadow's health. So what we find when we go to the answer choices is the relationship between the health of the eelgrass roots and the meadow's overall health is not enough to answer our question. For this one, at the very least, we've got to read the first sentence as well. When digging for clams, their primary food, sea otters, boom, sea otters, there they are, damage the roots of eelgrass plants. So now we've got the relationship between the otters, the eelgrass plants, and then the meadow's overall health. So let's write this down. We've got otters. If there's more otters, we've got the eelgrass roots. They're not doing as well. They're damaged. And what happens to the meadow? The meadow's health is better. So if there's an answer choice, now I already looked at eelgrass roots to meadows. That's not our answer. So if we look here, the relationship of the otters to the meadows, and if we find an answer choice that says that increase in otters decreases the health of the meadow, or a decrease in otters increases the health of the meadow, or anything related to that, then we've got our answer. So answer choice A. And by the way, we'll read the rest of this, just get like a little more context, but you don't know that it's going to be the first sentence, so I do recommend you focus on that last sentence, but you take into consideration the rest of the passage. Answer choice A, at some sites in study, eelgrass meadows are found near otter populations that are small and have only recently been introduced. So it's just talking about where the eelgrass meadows are found, not the health of them, and the populations, like when it's just recently been introduced, like it's not the health of either of them. So those are gone. That one's gone. Answer choice B. At several sites not included in this study, there are large, well-established sea otter populations, but no eelgrass meadows. Okay, like you might be thinking, hey, maybe you leave that for now, but as it turns out, we need the relationship of the otters and the health of the meadows. And again, like specifically what we said, the health of the meadows versus how many otters are there. So this is really not related because there are no eelgrass meadows there at all. We've got to relate it when it's present. Answer choice C. At several sites not included in the study, eelgrass meadow health. Okay, so we've got the eelgrass meadow health. And that's down here. Correlates negatively with the length of residence and size of otter populations. So that looks like a good answer, actually, because there's a positive correlation, what we saw here. More otters, healthier meadows. This is saying meadow health correlates negatively with the length of residence otter population. It looks like that's our answer. Answer is D. At some sites in the study, the health of plants unrelated to eelgrass. So plants unrelated to eelgrass is not even relevant here. correlates negatively with the length of residence and size of otter populations. That's not going to be our correct answer either, because it doesn't even involve eelgrass. Our paragraph here is specifically about eelgrass. I'll read the whole entire passage now, though. When digging for clams or primary food, sea otters damage roots of eelgrass plants growing on the seafloor. Near Vancouver Island in Canada, the otter population is large and well established. Yet the eelgrass meadows are healthier than those found elsewhere off Canada's coast. To explain this, conservation scientist Erin Foster and colleagues compared the Vancouver Island meadows to meadows where otters are absent or were reintroduced only recently. Finding that the Vancouver Island meadows have a more diverse gene pool than others do, Foster hypothesized that the damage to the eelgrass roots increases the plant's rate of sexual reproduction. This in turn boosts genetic diversity, which benefits the meadow's overall health. So the one piece that we didn't get from the first and last sentence here that really strengthens answer choice C is how long the otters were there. Otters are absent or were reintroduced only recently, which implies that if they were there for a long time, then they're going to tear up the eelgrass roots a little more, and you're going to have a healthier meadow. And this is length of residence. In other words, how long they lived there. So that strengthens answer choice C, which is why it is, if timing's not an issue, you definitely do. You want to read that whole paragraph and then focus on that last sentence. Don't just read the last sentence here. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You can share it with someone who has difficulty with claim, conclusion, hypothesis, assumption, or argument questions. And there's a couple other words that are used randomly at the end of that question. You look at the last sentence, look for it in verb form. If there's any question you'd like to see answered from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. Click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Check out our 1-minute video. If you go to Ivy Masters Learning Center on YouTube, you go to the playlists, and then it's Test 2, Module 2B, the harder set of reading and writing questions. The short 1-minute video is going to be just below this video. And have a great day.